Hello, everyone.
Hey y'all,
I'm Derek,
I'm Sonia.
and we have been married for 30 years. We have 4 children, and we have 2 grandchildren, and we're here to give a snippet of marriage. A snippet of marriage. So,
So,
go ahead.
as we were thinking about what to share, because marriage is so broad, we decided to start with the fact that we're going to speak to the obvious. Marriage is hard. Marriage is hard because God created it and the enemy hates it.
Marriage is hard because there's a lack of maturity that needs to come with being married.
Marriage is hard because two people from two different backgrounds, life experiences, are trying to stay together.
That was a good one. Marriage is hard because there's a lack of understanding, to Sonia's point, about a person's past experiences and how those past experiences impact the marriage today. And so a lot of couples either don't know how to talk about it or are afraid to talk about it, or when they do talk about it, it's not effectively communicated.
That's good.
Thank you.
Marriage is hard because very few people tell us that you're getting married to give and not get.
Mm. I want to tag on that one. Marriage is hard because it's hard for us to be selfless. Sonia just said the same thing. I said it differently. It's hard for me to be selfless because when we dated before we met, it was all about me. And so marriage is not all about me, it's all about the other person.
And if each of us are doing that, then it becomes less hard. It's still going to be hard though.
Come on, we got some more. Marriage is hard.
Marriage is hard because no one tells us what our roles are. Women have been taught that their role as wife is domesticated, and it's not. Because Derek actually has more domestic skills than me, and I'm still a great wife.
I do.
He can clean this house and he can cook.
I can.
I can too, but he'd be doing it better.
I can.
It's because we weren't taught what the real role was of a wife. God told me this a while ago. A maid, a mom, and a mistress can do domesticated things, but a wife protects her husband's heart.
Marriage is hard because most men, not all men, have difficulty saying how they feel. Legitimately so, because we weren't taught to say how we feel. We were groomed, we were conditioned, we were bred to suck it up. Don't cry. I don't want to see no tears. But this relationship requires an emotional capacity that men are going to need to have.
And marriage is hard because women don't know that. So we get married expecting them to understand our emotions when they haven't ever been taught to emote their own.
Marriage is hard because when the rubber meets the road, heavy is the head that wears the crown. It falls on me. The buck stops here. It doesn't mean that Sonia is exempt from anything. But just like in the Bible, God said to Adam, "Where were you?" He didn't ask Eve that question. Where were you? And so marriage is hard because I have to figure out how to lead this home as God wants me to lead it. And if I lead it on my own accord, it's going to crumble and it ain't going to work. So marriage is hard.
Marriage is hard because it takes transformation to do that and to be the helpmeet, to cover his heart, even when my needs might not have been met.
Marriage is hard because one day, if a marriage is blessed with children, that you got to figure out how do you raise these children to love the Lord in the world that we live in today. And it requires a deep understanding of how God wants us to take care of our kids and raise our children in the admonition of God.
Marriage is hard because it's being minimized in this society and in this culture, and it's not being celebrated the way that it should be.
Did we cover a lot of stuff?
Let's say, what comes from hard things?
You asking me that? What comes from hard things? So I can tell them? Oh man, you put me on the spot. What comes from hard things? I was about to say something sexual, but y'all grown, whoever's watching this.
Okay. Pretend y'all didn't hear that part. Just rewind that part. Think about where pearls come from. They are rare jewels that are in the bottom of the sea that are actually
I think oysters.
Diamonds go through fire. Most of the beautiful jewels that we know have gone through something hard and deep and rough. So marriage is supposed to be hard so that we can all come out different, purified, renewed, changed, just like the pearl, just like the diamond. That's why marriage is hard.
It is. Marriage is hard because what I said, it was very uncomfortable for a lot of y'all folks watching this. You know, sex. Marriage is hard because we have to be able to communicate how we feel about everything. And it's very uncomfortable sometimes, but it's important to have these kind of conversations.
We hope that this was helpful, and we hope that you enjoy the retreat.
God bless you.
Bye.